Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is CeeChronicles and I go by that name on all my social media platforms. On this platform, guys, I post fragrance related content. I post weekly and I do try to post consistently. So if fragrance content is your type of style, please do consider joining us here by clicking the red subscribe button, guys. That is how you can support this channel, by subscribing, and I would very much appreciate it if you became part of the family. To those who are returning, thank you so much, guys, for the continued support. I appreciate you as always. Do check out our playlist, guys. For those who are interested in gazillion dupes, we have the inspirations compilations in the playlist. All you have to do is on my page, click on playlist, click on inspired buys or inspirations, and there you will find a lot of fragrances side by side, what they are inspired by, for ease of reference. Now, welcome to today's video, guys. Today we have, by popular demand, our Rehab's French coffee. This baby was quite difficult to find, and all of a sudden it's everywhere. I think maybe because our Rehab decided to hit to the core, I don't know, but every time I would come across this fragrance, either on eBay or on random websites, it will be costing a lot of money. Like, it will be very expensive. But I managed to pick up this one for under $20. Now, this is the bottle for French coffee, guys. Very nice. Not like the other one that was quite fancy with a Namani Privé kind of top. This is the same thing, okay? Same thing, not reformulated, but I think maybe they were having a problem maybe securing those bottles. So as usual, we're going to spray it in its box, guys, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts on this one. So this is how the atomizer, right, for French coffee by our Rehab sprays like, right? It's quite a lazy atomizer. Okay, so the notes listed for this fragrance, guys, are obviously coffee there, and then vanilla, caramel, milk, sugar, cacao, and cinnamon. So this fragrance is built on 7 notes according to our Rehab. And what do I get? This is a sticky, sweet juice to start off with, and with that coffee there making a statement right there and there. This is your early morning pick-me-up kind of coffee, simply put there. There's a hardened candy that has this kind of texture of coffee in it. I'm going to see if I can try and put it on the screen there. That hardened candy, guys, has got like a toasty coffee, and that is what I get from here, like a toasty coffee aroma mixed with toffee and caramel and something that feels like a burnt sugar, but the concoction in this, guys, is so strong. This coffee doesn't interpret as a creamy per se coffee. However, let me say it does have milk there. So to give you a mental shortcut, imagine, waking up in the morning to make yourself that dark overdosed cup of coffee, but you don't like milk that much. However, you do add milk to your coffee. So the milk is just there because mentally you want your coffee to have just that color, that just that not exactly like a milky creamy looking color, but just a little bit of milk there. For instance, if you was with somebody making this coffee, they might even ask you, why are you even adding the milk if you're going to put that little milk? Okay, so that is the sort of mixture that I get from here. It comes across as that first cup of coffee that you make in the morning for the purpose of energizing yourself. It smells like, the sort of dose you want to put together as a stimulant, at the start of the day. It's not a sort of creamy leaning coffee like that of a Paris Corner, which is Eternal Coffee, because in Eternal Coffee you get a lot of creaminess there, leaning cappuccino like, espresso cappuccino like. You will even visually imagine a cream, like cream put in your coffee, that frothed cream that is put there in a cappuccino or something like that. That is what you would visually imagine with that coffee. It's not as overdosed as in your face as this one. So do expect an over roasted bitter coffee, guys, from this. I don't even get like a nutty nuance from this coffee. This is going to be your woodsy, earthy, rich flavorsome coffee with that tanginess in it. That is exactly what you expect, guys, from French coffee. So I can even see some people using this maybe just to scent their space, to have that coffee aroma. If you are that addicted to coffee, or you just don't want to smell so overly coffee like with this, I can see maybe somebody purchasing this bottle and then instead of wearing them on themselves, choosing to then scent their space with this, because it is that strong. Okay, so it is a fragrance, it is a coffee that doesn't relent there. It's a coffee that stays rich. It is a coffee that in a way overshadows everything there, with of course that sticky, thick caramel toffee like nuance there, not so much leaning chocolatey. It stays this way, I would say, for about 4 hours, something that I do not get from Eternal Coffee. Eternal Coffee starts to kind of sort of like way down there in the first 2 hours. It starts to like take a back seat there, turning a little soapy there, a little powdery there. This one stays in the coffee realm. You starting to get wafts of a buttery, rich buttery caramel way in the dry down, which is like the 5-6 hour mark, kind of cacao thing there, also starting to make way there. It's there already, but it's so muffled. I'm saying the coffee then relents in the 5-hour mark. They're still there, but kind of like maybe almost giving way to these other notes to also shine there, which are going to be the cacao and the distinct vanilla, as well as a buttery caramel. Not your cut body, stale kind of coffee, very active kind of coffee you're going to get from this. Very strong, gonna give you that impression of a pick-me-up kind of cup of coffee, where you're making the coffee not necessarily because you just want to enjoy a creamied coffee, but because you want a strong coffee that's going to give you a kick, a boost, and the energy in the morning. If you are to make this type of coffee in the evening, this you're not going to sleep. It's going to be the sort of coffee that say for instance you want to make if you want to go clubbing or you want to work at night or something, because it is a very strong coffee. To an extent, you kind of have your senses there giving you a mental shortcut that if it were a cup of coffee, it would be a bitter one. If you were wondering which one to go for between Eternal Coffee and this one, Eternal Coffee is going to give you the coffee, but Paris Corner have made it in such a way that the coffee then takes a back seat pretty quickly there, so that you don't smell like you were in a coffee warehouse or you were roasting coffee beans. That's how that one smells like. It gives way to a powdery soapiness there pretty quickly, and also dies down pretty quickly, and also is a fragrance that you might want to say put if you want the coffee to hold on there, you may need to wear thick clothing, whereas this one is a sort of coffee that if you wore, even if you wore like a chiffon or a silk, you would smell this, because I did spray it on my arm and it was active almost the whole day, guys. And this is a new bottle, because if you watched my perfume collection, you will know that I didn't feature this one. This is new, but just smelling it, I thought, okay, I'm gonna bring this fragrance because it's pretty linear in the sense that you are gonna get all coffee, but at least I can describe what sort of coffee you can get, and that's making it easier for you to make a decision whether you need this one, you need both, or you need the other one. So that is what I can say, guys, about French coffee by our Rehab. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. I'd love to know your take, guys. Is this type of gourmand style of fragrance something that you want to add to your collection? I'd love to know in the comment section. Turn on post notifications as well. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this video, guys, and most importantly, please remember to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, guys, but remember, the smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.